Imagine yourself walking in the street heading to your home. Then suddenly, someone points a gun at your head. Your money or your life, the thief says. In an instant, you would immediately give your wallet to the man simply because you value your life more than your money. But is that really true? Logically speaking, of course, we should value our lives more than money. But do we actually live that way? A few people can say that they like their jobs, but not everyone can say that they are satisfied with what they do and the wage they receive. Life is a race. Each day, every person runs towards the golden life, a life of abundance, a life of relaxation, a life full of joy, and most especially, a life where they don't need to work anymore. But even before they reach the finish line, people would have to compromise by working 10 to 12 hours a day and doing more and more tasks, then accepting low wages for their hard work. Every person clings to a possibility that maybe someday you can live the life you've always wanted, a life full of satisfaction. This book is meant to show you another way. Instead of waiting for your time, why don't you make way for yourself to fulfill your dreams today? This book will show you a way how to balance your work life and your personal life, a way to give you time for your family, friends, and most especially yourself. A path where you won't have to choose between your money or your life. So the next time someone asks you to choose between them again, you can confidently say, "I'll have both, thank you." Money, the tender trap. The first mindset we have to break is the belief that more money means a better life. Many people focus on working hard to get more money to build the life that they want. But what these people do not realize was that they have already fallen for the trap of money. They are stuck in the trap, not knowing how to escape. To begin this book, we will start with knowing your level of enough through the fulfillment curve. Knowing what's enough for you is important because without it, you will never be satisfied. Without it, you will surely fall into the trap of money. We will first discuss the fulfillment curve, which shows the connection between satisfaction and money. The fulfillment curve is where and how you will know how money has been building the trap for you. The fulfillment curve starts with surpassing survival mode, which means having the basic needs in your life. It is having food and water to sustain your body and shelter to protect you from the blazing heat of the sun or the rage of stormy nights. The next level of fulfillment is the comfort zone. This level pertains to not just surviving, but living in comfort, such as eating 3 times a day with snacks in between, and having a house comfortable enough to sleep on, study on, or even play on. The next level is luxuries, which is about having the things you want in life, such as jewelry, dine-outs, new clothes, and more. The next level will be the peak, an exciting part of the graph named enough. It is the level that you must understand, the highest level of fulfillment you can ever achieve. Enough is a beautiful place full of peace and trust. It is where you have necessities for your survival, comfort in living, and enough money to spend on luxuries. It is by acknowledging what money has brought to your life, but was not being controlled by money to purchase unnecessary things. The next level is the clutter. It is a stage where you go beyond enough and spend so much money on things that don't give you satisfaction anymore. It is a dangerous place to live your life. Clutter is a never-ending chase of things that will never satisfy you. In the end, the clutter is a place that will lead you to destruction. Clutter is made by people who think that having more money will make them content in their life. They believe that more is better, thinking they can find satisfaction in having more material things. But the truth is, it's never about the luxurious things we buy that make us feel satisfied. It was the emotions that buying makes us feel. People don't need a car. They need respect. They don't need fancy clothes. What they need is confidence. Wanting more and more money can change every aspect of your life in the wrong way. Therefore, you must decide on your own enough to live a happy life. Making peace with the past. Now that you know your level of enough, we will now dive into your past relationship with your money. Knowing your past is helpful to build your awareness of your spending habits and the money left from your hard work. This exercise is not meant to boost your ego or deteriorate your confidence. Knowing your relationship with money will help you analyze your financial stability and, most importantly, realize your net worth. Two ways can help you make peace with your past and realize your current financial status. The first is to know how much you have made by working in your lifetime. Second, calculate your net worth by creating a balance sheet of your assets and liabilities. Calculating how much you have earned in your entire lifetime seems ridiculous. Many people may not have kept track of all of that income, and searching for it today may seem useless and troublesome. However, it would be best if you got past that idea. You must start as early as now if you are serious about making a change in your life and having a new perspective about money. The goal is to be truthful and precise about the exact income you have achieved in your lifetime. You may even be surprised at how big you have already made. Next is knowing your net worth. After years and years of hard work, what happened to your money? Did it disappear like the wind? Or do you still have a considerable amount left? What is the fruit of your labor? Do you have anything to show for it? What have you got to show for it? Since you already discovered your total income, it's time for you to assess your liabilities. Calculating your net worth is the part where you have to prepare yourself for the result. Two things can happen. One, despite the significant income, you may find yourself highly indebted and having so many bills to pay. Second, you might find yourself already able to be financially stable with your past and current income. Many people made this discovery just by doing this step, and it had changed their life forever. You can start calculating your net worth by knowing these categories. For assets, you have liquid assets or fixed assets. Liquid assets could be anything that can quickly turn into cash, such as your e-wallets or debit cards. Fixed assets, meanwhile, pertain to your properties like your house and car. However, you need to make sure that your house and car are indeed assets, meaning they save you more money and not give you more expenses. Next is your liabilities, which pertain to anything and everything you owe, from loans to bills and other payable goods and services. You must include everything and not leave anything behind. Calculating your net worth would simply be adding your assets, then subtracting your liabilities. The amount left is your net worth, which you can show after years of hard work. A divorced woman in her 30s attended one seminar that talks about this step. All her life, she sees herself as an unworthy woman who didn't even have any financial contribution in the duration of her marriage. This is also why she felt ashamed of receiving the settlement money, one that she believes she doesn't deserve. Initially, the woman didn't think that this step is for her. But after she tried doing it, she started to see herself earning money, never realizing she had made that much. After reviewing all her records, the woman found out that she had earned more than $50,000 from random jobs she applied for when she was still married. This knowledge brought her confidence to apply for a job that gave her twice the wage she previously expected to receive. This story is a motivation for anyone who fears doing this step. Stop jumping to conclusions by thinking that your net worth would be negative. One way or another, the results can make a significant change in your life. If you find yourself highly indebted, this will drive you to work smarter and motivate you to keep fighting. If you find yourself already financially stable, then you can now stop stressing and worrying over things you don't have control about. 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but it doesn't stop there. You have to keep going. Start today and continue to take steps again and again to move forward and achieve the life that you want. Valuing your life energy. What is work? The typical answer of people would be that work is what we do to earn money and make a living. Robert Theobald, an economist, even said that work is an unpleasant thing that people don't want to do but still do because it has money as a reward. Meanwhile, Khalil Gibran, a poet, defines work as love made known. Your definition could be similar to Robert's, or maybe something like Gibran's. This leads us to the question, is work a struggle or a success? This chapter will redefine your ideas of work. It will discuss the misconception about work and the importance of life energy. The most important question of this chapter is this: life energy is proportional to time. If most of your time is spent on work, then all of your life energy is focused on working. However, what does that bring you? In ancient times, people were working for money 3 hours per day at maximum. They spent the rest of the day working on themselves and for other people, like learning, socializing, and exploring. However, nowadays, we have a very different notion of work. Full employment is a new trend that everyone wants to acquire. While it is not wrong to depend on someone's goal, the idea of entirely consuming all of your life energy on working as an employee does not seem reasonable. This is the reason why leisure and free time also have different definitions today. Having more leisure, for most people, correlates to unemployment, which becomes a burden rather than a time for enjoyment. In simple terms, as time progresses, the value of leisure and free time highly deteriorates while the value of work dramatically increases. We have a lot of reasons as to why we work. These are some of the reasons you can choose from, and you can pick more than one. You earn money, have a sense of security, or follow a tradition since everyone is working. It could also be to learn new things, serve other people, or have authority and influence others. The reason why you work could also be socializing or time structuring, which means working helps you feel like you have a balanced life. With the given reasons, you can see it serves two different functions. One is financial, and the other is personal. The only economic function in the list was earning money, and the rest are all individual functions. What does it all mean? It means that you are working not just because of money, but also for many personal reasons. This is also the reason why a lot of people start to define themselves with their work. They think that their job represents them, and without their job, their life would be meaningless. The only thing that connects work with money is getting paid. You can achieve all your other personal reasons, even without getting paid and working real hard. This is why your life should not be defined by the money you make or the job you do. Stop allowing your work to define you. You are so much more than that. Stop wasting your life energy by focusing on money. There is so much more to life than that. Our job or bank account does not define our life purpose. It is determined by the whole picture of us, not just an employee, but also a parent, a child, a sibling, or a friend. Now is the time to redefine work. Work is doing any activity that gives you purpose and productivity. Work and money do not always equate to each other, and it's time to separate these two different things completely. Learning how to differentiate work with money can allow us to see every aspect of our lives as equally important to each other. People often say that they are not happy with their life simply because of their jobs. But when we start to see everything in a whole picture, when we begin to see our life differently and the entire perspective, this is when we can achieve happiness. We should not force happiness. It is our birthright. Once you start to differentiate your work and your money, you will begin to see that your money is an exchange of your life energy, and therefore it should be valued more than how you appreciate it today. Simply put, money is our life energy. Our life energy cannot be defined by just words, but by our actions. It is dependent on the things we invest our time with. We should do something not just because we have to do it, but simply because it is part of who we are. Once we break the link between work and money, we can start to acknowledge who we are again, along with our values, beliefs, and self-worth. You can start working with your life purpose and get your life back on track again. For example, you were born with skills as a teacher. However, you decided to choose computer programmer as a profession because it gives you more money. Hence, when someone asks you what you do, and when you say that you are a programmer, this will significantly impact you in the long term. This is because there is a conflict between your inner self and the outer facade you want others to see. This conflict can only be resolved when you differentiate between your passion and your job. Next time you are asked, you can say that you are a teacher, but you are a computer programmer to earn money for now. Doing this will help you realign your chosen career path and restructure it. You might find yourself saving up in your work to pay for your tuition in being a teacher. You might even find other things that you might love, like hiking, swimming, or playing baseball. Once you differentiate working for money and working for yourself, you can see more changes in your life, changes that can give you freedom, happiness, and fulfillment. 3 questions. Money is your life energy. In the previous chapter, we have discussed that work and money do not always equal each other. This next chapter, we will learn how to get back on track and realize your life purpose once again. To do that, we will discuss 3 critical questions about your life energy. The first question: did you feel fulfillment or satisfaction from where you have spent your energy and time? The objective of this question is to make you revisit your spending habits. In every category, you should ask yourself if those expenses give you fulfillment or not. This will show you how much of your costs today are automatic and don't give you satisfaction but rob you of your money. Some of you may even try to defend why you buy things. You may say that the books you purchased are actually valuable and will soon be read in the future. You might also say that buying more and more shoes is okay since every pair serves a different purpose. You can defend yourself all you want, but the thing is, no one even asked you about it, and no one even cares. This step is best done individually and honestly, just like the famous quote, "No blame, no shame," which is personal between you and yourself. There's no need to be embarrassed or scared. The next question would be about asking yourself this: are the things you spend your money and energy on brings you closer to the purpose and goals you want to achieve in life, and the values you currently have. This is to remind you of your bucket lists every new year and every wish on your birthdays, of all of the things you have said you will give to yourself and your family. How much of it was achieved? We all have our values and principles, which are the embodiment of our purpose. This question is meant to give you a sense of direction and time. Knowing your purpose will help you do something meaningful for yourself and for the people that surround you. This is what you have to remind yourself. The things you prioritize and spend most of your life energy on speaks a lot about who you are and what you stand up for. This leads us to the last question. If you didn't work for money, what would have changed? This question opens the possibility of a lifestyle in which you don't have to work to live comfortably. Just imagine how it would feel if you didn't have to work to sustain your day-to-day expenses. If you don't have to work, where would you spend your time? Would your expenses be lesser, or will they continue to increase? Would you buy more food, more clothes, or more shoes? Or will it be reduced? Would you need more gas for your car, or will you choose to sell it? Will you continue to reward yourself with bags and jewelry, or will everything go down to average? No shame, no blame. This question is meant to enlighten you that most of your expenses are due to your work. Because most of your days are spent working, you always have the urge to spend money on every aspect of your life, such as entertainment, home repair, food, vacation, or your daily expenses. This book is meant to show you that financial independence is not about having a massive amount of money to purchase so many material things. Financial independence means that you can decide your own, buy the stuff you need in everyday life without worrying or depending on the money that you have in your bank account. Conclusion. You don't have to choose. You can have both. Your money or your life have taught you ways how you can balance every aspect of your life. First, you have learned that you have to know you're enough. It's a place where your needs and dreams are fulfilled. It's a strategy that can help you avoid extravagant spending. Second, you have learned the importance of knowing your net worth. Knowing your current financial situation will help you to make the necessary changes to build the life that you want. Third, you have learned that your money is your life energy. Therefore, you should spend it wisely. Breaking the link between money and work is essential to realign your values, character, beliefs, and dreams. No one can change your life but you. Thus, with your current situation, will you be able to save yourself? Life is all about making choices, and the decision will always depend on you. Will you choose your life or your money? Do you have the courage and determination to say that you select both? This book is all about knowing how to balance your life. You don't always have to let go of something just to gain something else. You don't have to suffer just to be happy. You don't have to bleed just to be whole again. You can do everything you want. You can be whoever you want to be, and nothing can ever stop you. Stop choosing, start living. The universe is rooting for you.